Hello gamers, when you start out the game, you get a few guns and then you don't really have every single gun in every single class right when you start off. You get some within a couple of ranks. So today, I will be reviewing all of the guns you get, either rank 0 up to I think about rank 3. That's a lie, they go a little bit higher than that. I think this video will be pretty informational and also it'll be really fun to go through. So let's just start it off with the Ak12. Now the Ak12 is a very interesting gun. I never really used it that much. It's pretty good. It does 33 to 22. As you can see, it shoots very, very fast. If you burst it, and then it has an automatic mode of 700 RPM, but if you put it on burst, it has 1000 RPM, and you can just spam people down. I think this gun is pretty good. Honestly, kind of underrated in a way. That's really up to personal opinion. It does 33 to 20 actually, with a 70 to 120 stud damage range and a 1.4 times headshot multiplier. You can also put 5.56 on it to make it do 34 to 19. That's alright. That makes it kind of like a Colt SMG in a way, with the burst at least. The Ak12 is a really good starter gun. I think there's a gun that kind of works better for the starter guns, and I'll get into that one in a second because it works a little bit better because it's an automatic, and this one in automatic it's not really that good, but in burst it's really, really good. So the starter battle rifle is the Beowulf ECR, and this is nowhere near a starter gun. Like the other guns are literally like rank 0, 1, 2, or 3. This is a rank 23 gun, but since it's the first one, it's the starter one essentially, so I'm gonna do this one as well. If you're like a super low rank, you can skip a little bit ahead, but if you want to hear about the first battle rifle that you get, we can talk about this gun. It does 52 to 30 with a torso multi. Since it does so much damage, of course it has some pretty big downsides in that it has a 10 round capacity and a lot of recoil, but it has the exact same RPM as the M4A1. So basically it's a 2-shot M4A1. One of the craziest things about it is that not only does it do 52, it does 52 to 80 studs. If it did 52 to like 20, it wouldn't be that good, but since it does 52 to 80 studs, that's where it like really sets itself apart from the other like 50 damage guns. This gun isn't really that good outside of like pretty close CQC, because it doesn't do that good minimum damage. It only does 30. Like there are battle rifles that do more min. But let's move on to another rank 0 gun. It's the M4A1. This does 34 to 19 with a 35 to 120 stud damage range. It has all right statistics. The max damage range is not amazing, and even the max damage isn't really that good. It can only 3 hit to 35 studs, and since it does 34, right after at 36 studs, it's going to be a 4 hit to the body. This thing is best kept to CQC. It has a lot of damage drop off because it drops to 19 min, which basically means that it is a 6-shot in LRC. It is really good. It has a quick reload time, some really, really low recoil if you get like the right attachments on it. It's got some good movement as well. This is with a full stock, which actually lowers the movement a little bit, and it's still very, very fast movement. Moving on to shotgun, this is a rank 1. Oh wait, I gotta take this off. The rank 1 shotgun is the KSG-12, and as the shotguns go, this might be the worst one in the entire game, but just because it's the worst one in the entire game doesn't actually mean it's bad. I think this is actually one of my favorite ones. It has a really high capacity. It doesn't have the best damage or pellet spread or anything, but of the pumps, I think it actually shoots the fastest, and not only that, has an insane capacity of 15 with a +1, and you can actually have a barrel that makes it have a 25 round capacity. And as you can see, as shotguns go, this can still one-shot. It does 32 to like 17, and as you can see, it doesn't really hold up that well in LRC. For the starter PDW, it's the MP5K, but I have the 10mm conversion on it. It does 30 to 17, but if you put this 10mm conversion on it, does 36 to 19. It has a very fast walk speed. As you can see, it's very small, and with this conversion, it has a lot of recoil. It shoots at 900 RPM, 2 hit to the head, and 3 hit in CQC. It can only 2 hit head to 50 studs, but it can 3 hit just a little bit farther than that. Kind of like a side grade to the Colt SMG. I find the Colt SMG just a bit better because it shoots slightly faster. It doesn't do as much damage. but it has a little bit less kick and it shoots a little bit faster. For DMRs, we have the Mark 11. Dude, I have not used this skin in ages. That's so funny. But the Mark 11, it's not going to do that well on this map, but it can 2-hit to the torso if they're both torso shots. And not only that, but you can actually kill with one torso, one head, all ranges. You have a 20 round capacity, pretty fast RPM. It's a little bit hard to use. You have to click at a very specific speed for it to actually work. You can't actually spam click with this thing. And the RPM is a little bit like off-putting, I think. But once you get it down, this can be a very good like tap fire DMR to just honestly pop off with. Yeah, if they gave this gun maybe a slight buff, like a 1 damage buff, I think it would be slightly better. But as it stands, it's still a really, really good gun. For LMG at rank 0, you have the Colt LMG. And the Colt LMG I've talked about in past videos. This gun is insanely underrated, really good for low ranks. It's actually really, really good for high ranks as well. Does really good damage ranges, decent damage in LRC. It reloads really fast, its movement is really good, and the recoil is pretty low. So overall, it's like a jack of all trades type deal where it's actually really good at everything it does in any specific scenario, but it can 3-hit very, very far for what it is. It can 3-hit to the limbs to 75 studs, maybe a little bit farther actually, and 3-hit to the torso to like 90 studs maybe. For the last primary, we have the Intervention. It's the rank 0 sniper rifle. I've talked about this. This gun was given many buffs in the past couple of years. It used to not be that good, but then it got so many buffs that made it just insane at what it does. And it doesn't shoot the fastest. It has a really good magazine capacity, but the RPM isn't really the best. But the damage is great. It can torso kill to 150 studs. When I made a sniping guide video, I actually used this gun for it. If you haven't given this thing a go and you're low rank and you want to snipe, use this gun because it'll help you learn how to snipe better. For pistols, you have 2 starter guns. They have a 15 and a 17 round capacity, and one of them does 35 to 20 and the other one does 34 to 20. They both have a 1.1 times torso multi and a 1.5 times headshot multiplier. Glock 17, they both have the same RPM as well, nearly the same damage ranges. I'm a little bit more inclined to the M9 because it has a little bit more damage and it just feels a little bit better when I use it. The irons feel a little bit better, but I could see the Glock 17 being argued for being better. For machine pistol at rank 17, you have the Glock 18. Sadly, there's no like rank 0 machine pistol. This is kind of the same deal as with battle rifle for some reason. I don't know why there's no low rank versions. I couldn't really tell you why, but the Glock 18 is a pretty good, oh my gosh. What? It's a pretty good machine pistol. It's not the best or anything. It has an extended mag and stuff. It has a decent capacity. It's pretty good for like an entry level one. It just does its job. It doesn't do exceptionally well. It doesn't shoot exceptionally fast or do high damage or anything. It's just decent. If you're a low rank and this is the only one you have, use it, bro. It's automatic, so it's easier to use. For revolvers, there's actually a rank 4 one. It's the MP412 Rex. This thing does pretty bad torso and limb damage. It can't one-hit anywhere on the body. It can one-hit to the head, not insanely far, but it can one-hit to the head at least. But yeah, I'm just more or less the worst with revolvers. I don't know why, but I just don't play with them well. Oh, that guy just got outplayed. I could hear him coming. If you're not going for headshots, this thing is really bad. Lastly, it's a rank 36 gun. It's the Serbu shotgun. This is not with a very good loadout on it, but I have some really good loadouts on it. This is a pocket shotgun. You're not going to really get the others that quickly because others are just like really strange guns. The Serbu shotgun is pretty good for like the first one you get. So overall, I give this thing a passing grade. I'm gonna be honest, this thing is actually pretty good. I have 260 kills on it. It's not my most kill secondary or anything, but it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed. These are all of the starter guns. If you enjoyed, then please leave a like and a sub, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.